You're entering VTV's Chamber Zone. Your business community at work. Representing the Vernal area and Duchesne County Chambers of Commerce, here's Adam Massey and Irene Hansen.
Hello, I'm Adam Massey of the Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce, and with me is Irene Hansen with the Duchesne County Chamber of Commerce. And you're watching Chamber Zone, your business community at work. Irene, in the last segment that we filmed, we talked about obviously summer's here and a lot of fun things that each county has got going on and what we've got going on in the basin. And one thing that you mentioned was our fairs that are coming up.
You betcha.
And they are, you know, they always get a lot of excitement, a lot of people out, and people look forward to those. And, you know, I know here in U.B.I.C County, our fair starts on Friday, July 19th and runs through Saturday, July 27th. And again, it's always a big event. People set up on the lawn with a lot of different things, but, you know, we always have a concert. We always have great entertainment. One thing you can always look forward to, and that's where you can go get all the good fried goodies that you.
That's right.
That's probably a good thing you don't have them year round, or you know, we wouldn't even be able to go. But that's one of those things you look forward to each year, and of course, you know, it's just a great opportunity to take your families, get out, and just have a lot of fun. And let's talk a little bit about what you have going on over your way.
Well, you know, I think the thing about fairs, and it kind of brings us back to the backbone of the basin, and that's agriculture.
Sure.
I love the fact that county fairs, certainly they offer many things. I think they have talent shows and golf tournaments and baby shows, but you know what? It gets us back to the basics of our backbone of our area, which really is our agriculture. You know, how often I've talked to businessmen that they love the employees they have here because they know that they came from an agriculture community.
Very true.
Hardworking people that knew how to make a living off the land. Yeah. And I like that about our county fairs. It highlights those things that are really special about our area, and our agriculture people are special. But as you said, we have everything from everyone's favorite, the Demolition Derby, and by the way, ours is August 2nd through the 10th.
Fantastic.
But we have our Demolition Derby, we have rodeos on the Friday and Saturday night, fireworks on Saturday night, and entertainment. There's a ventriloquist coming that Wednesday, and that's going to be a free, they call it under the tent. So now in Duchesne County, there's different things that take place under the tent that are just free to the public.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And so they're in the evening, during the day, and then of course you've also got all the 4-H shows, stock shows, but again, it's that agriculture thing that I like the best. Now, I've heard they do a great children's thing at the U.B.I.C County Fair that again is related to agriculture, gives the kids a chance. Have you taken your kids to that? My grandkids went, they loved it.
You know, my little one has went down to that, and I remember too, they did some really neat, with my 11-year-old, some really neat Lego things that he went and was able to build and do that he thought was fantastic. And they do, and you know, and they've started to gear that, I think in the last few years, more towards kids. And I think they do. They have a lot of interesting things for everybody at the fair now.
They do.
You know, obviously the guys like to go to the rodeos. They like to go to the demolition derbies and, of course, the concerts. But there's things there for the kids as well as the ladies. And so everybody, and I think they've really, like you said, they've kind of geared it to families, really, you know, from start to finish. And, you know, so they do. They have a lot of fantastic programs, which makes you want to get out and do all those fun things. And you know what's really neat about it is, you think about it, you can start on Friday the 19th through the 27th here, and then go to U.B.I.C.
Yes.
And that starts, tell me the dates again, Irene.
U.B.I.C. actually starts with the talent show on Tuesday, July 23rd, but the main days are Thursday, August 1st, Friday, August 2nd, and Saturday, August 3rd. And those are the main days. Now, I'll tell you, this rings a bell with me, and I know it's got to be a great finale for Saturday night. But the Spin Doctors is the nationally or internationally recognized group that's coming. But also our opening bands are Thirsty Soul and David Osmond. Now, I don't know if you've been to any of David Osmond's shows, but they're tremendous.
Yes.
He is a wonderful
Fantastic
entertainer. And in fact, I made my son-in-law, when he performed last time, go wait in line. Well, U.B.I.C. there's 20,000 people,
yeah.
But I made my son-in-law. Now that's a good son-in-law. Wait in line to get me an autographed CD.
Oh, wow. There you go.
So he's actually my favorite. I'm going just for him.
Yeah.
But the Spin Doctors will also be a great draw. And again, that'll be on Saturday, August 9th. Now, if you need information on any of the activities, you can contact the Chambers. Our office is 722-4598. But call there, because we have all the information. If we don't know it, we'll find someone who does.
Absolutely.
And how do they contact your office?
You can give us a call at 789-1352 or at 134 West Main in downtown Vernal. And you're exactly right. And Thirsty Soul is great too. So you guys have got a fantastic. They have done over here with some of our little concerts that we do at Cobble Rock Park on Thursday nights.
Wow.
We've had them for the last 2 years, and they have a really good draw. There's a lot of people that like to come out for them, and they are actually really good. And so I'm excited for you guys to have that. And I think Lainey had mentioned to me they were going to be doing U.B.I.C. So you know what? We've got fantastic lineup for everybody, from the Uintah County Fair to U.B.I.C. to the Duchesne County Fair. I don't want to hear anybody say there isn't anything to do in the basin, because they've got plenty of stuff to do.
That's exactly right.
We'll be right back to talk more about your local chamber and your community events right after this.
Almost 45% of the oil produced in Utah, 7.8 million barrels, comes from Duchesne County. That oil feeds our state economy, provides job growth, and supports local business. Here in Duchesne County, we're working to make Utah an economic, cultural, and technological leader. Whether you're here for business or pleasure, Duchesne County will welcome you with open arms and invite you to explore all the beauty of the Uintah Mountains. Duchesne County, close enough for business, far enough to get away.
Welcome back to Chamber Zone, your business community at work. Irene, as we were just visiting a few minutes ago, we were just talking about our chamber luncheons that we do. And I know you do yours a little bit differently than we do ours. Ours are weekly, and I believe yours are monthly. But you know, we found that those are great opportunities to invite people out. Maybe somebody that isn't real familiar with chamber can come and kind of get to know a few of the people there. It's a great networking opportunity.
It really is.
I know we invite new members to come and get to know people, so we can kind of introduce them, give them an opportunity to talk a little bit about their business and what they're doing, especially if it's a new business. And so it's always a great opportunity to do that. Maybe you can talk a little bit about you know, some of your luncheons that you've had recently.
You know, interestingly, we find that every once in a while we just need to take a chamber luncheon on the road. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, and of course ours is a county-wide chamber, and so we do need to be attentive to our other communities.
Absolutely.
And in fact, last month we did a ribbon cutting and a chamber luncheon up at Starvation State Park.
Good combo.
It was a great combination, and it's funny because it was right during all those bad winds.
Oh.
And literally, I got up that morning and said, how can we do this if the winds are blowing 60 miles an hour? But it was the one perfect day that week. There was no wind at all. That was back in June. But we went over there and we set up really just a sack lunch. So kind of what we do for some of our chamber luncheons, we do a ribbon cutting, we let dignitaries speak, and then we just have a table set up with all kinds of luncheon items.
Sure.
So as they leave, they can just make a sack lunch.
Yeah.
And that worked great over there. We had people from DNR, we had people from the community, we had the people who did the construction. But I don't know if you've been to Starvation lately, but they have run power and water to almost all of their improved sites. Anyway, it's fabulous, and the visitation is way up. The fishing is wonderful. And then coming up on August 15th, on a Thursday, we're going to work with the Rotary Club and do another one of those luncheons on the road at a new company in Roosevelt called Basin Energy Services. They're out in our industrial area, just there on the west side of Roosevelt. We're going to do a ribbon cutting, a tour of their facilities, and then let everybody throw themselves together a sack lunch when they leave. And that is a great way, again, to get to know people and get the Chamber and Rotary out in the community.
It is.
So we love doing that, really look forward to it. And in fact, if you know of a business that we need to highlight in that way, whether they're new or old, let us know, and maybe we can put together something at their place of business to highlight them and bring people there during their lunch hour to see what they're doing. Well, but you guys have had some great speakers,
well,
too.
And I really like your idea, you know, even if you think about somebody that's maybe remodeled or
Yes.
moved to a new building or a new location, that's a great way to highlight them. You know, we've done a couple of those in the past, and I like those, and it's good because where we do ours weekly, sometimes that gives us a good break, and it's great for the people that are doing it, because a lot of times with those businesses, maybe they don't know who the owners are, or it's a new business in town, or they'd like to know more about the business, and it gives the proprietors an opportunity to highlight their business and talk about what they do, where they're located, and so that's a great opportunity for them. But you know, with ours, we bring a lot of people in. We recently had Gordon Larson with Questar Gas that came in and talked about the new movement with CNG and with different vehicles, and it was a great segue into the energy tour that we had from the Salt Lake Chamber with the great facility that you have over in your area, and obviously over here we have a CNG location also, and so you know, we're excited about that. A lot of things are moving that way, and you know, it's just a great opportunity to bring in different people and highlight. We try to, where we do them weekly, we try to schedule those with somebody will come in from the rodeo committee and talk about the rodeo about the same time that's taking place. So we try and line those up, and that's one of the toughest things I have to do as chamber director, is finding speakers, and you know, because everybody's busy and it's hard to get people out. Recently I had Mark Bouchard come out with the Governor's Prosperity 2020 that's been doing those, and the commercials, you see him on TV, and which was a great opportunity. As we talked about before with having representatives from the Salt Lake Chamber, it was great to have Mark come out. When he got through with the luncheon that day, we took him over to the Utah State University and U.B.I.C and showed him the programs and everything that they have there. So, you know, they give us opportunities to do those things.
And then during some of the big events, you hold your chamber luncheon, like at Western Park during the business symposium, during the energy conference. I mean, so you guys have tied into a lot of great things that take place, and partnering makes it a lot easier to bring, you know, those key people in, let chamber members take advantage of that. So,
it works well.
But chamber luncheons are a great opportunity, and I would just invite both the businesses and the general public to call and ask us about our chamber luncheon. Really, they're open to anyone.
Absolutely.
And of course, they're for chamber members, but if you're if you're someone new to the community, wants to find out what's going on, I would invite you to call our offices and find out what you can do to attend, because I think you'll find it well worth your time.
It's great. You know, I had the opportunity to attend one of your luncheons recently when they unveiled the transportation study, and that was great because I got to come and meet some of the people and a lot of them I knew, and so it was fantastic to get that opportunity, and I enjoy that, and I know you've been over to a couple of ours, and so it's a lot of fun, and that just shows the cooperation and the working together of everybody here in the basin and our community, and it's a great place to live and do business, obviously. That's it for Chamber Zone. Please join us next time right here on VTV Channel 6.